Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me for another Faithful Friday. Listen, what a time to be alive, well, and here to jump on and join you for another Faithful Friday. Just wanted to get a few announcements out of the way. If you're looking for the guys, we will not be at the AMP 16 on tomorrow. We will return on February the 1st. That is where you normally can find us on Saturdays at the Indy Winners Farmers Market. But this week, the guys will not be there. You will find us back at the AMP 16 on February the 1st. So come see us then. Just a reminder, the book signing for Seasons 43, Seasons 43 Lessons I Had to Learn, and Crossing Over. Myself and my cousin, we wrote a book at the end of last year, and we are going to have a book signing, which I am super excited about. My bookmarks came in today, so everything is just slowly flowing on in. But next week, next Saturday, that will take place on February the 1st, 6:30 to 9. The flyer will be posted for details. So come on out if you're looking for some new phenomenal reads to add to your collection. That's what I love to do in the winter season. I love to read. I love to educate myself, whether it's a bio, whether it's a good short story, or just a book that can give you some new tips and tools for life. Last week, I was fortunate enough on my disconnect to be able to travel and spend some time with family, and a phenomenal time was had. I'm not going to complain. I'll share that experience with you guys soon. But I was happy on Monday also to be able to get out and get home just in time before some unexpected weather was going to hit. At this point, y'all, nothing should shock us when it comes to the weather. The weather that's being experienced across the world. We have seen snow in Florida. We've seen snow in Texas. We've seen wildfires that continue to burn on our West Coast. And here in the Midwest, we're looking at a snow that we've been looking at since the top of January. So we are learning to be content in all seasons because that's what we have to be. It won't always be hot, but it won't always be cold. Monday, I got right back into the swing of things, got everything put away. I'm not sure about you, but when I go on vacation, I want everything back where it's supposed to be in its rightful place, because I don't like to stay in vacation mode for too long, because then we don't want to get back to doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. But I was reminded on Tuesday that we should never, never lose the power to imagine. If you can see it, you can achieve it. You have to fill your mouth with good thoughts. I'm talking about some really good thoughts. So you can create that general excitement and expectation from every word that proceeds out of your mouth that should be producing light. Speak to those dreams that you've allowed to die or you've procrastinated with. Ask that they be woken up, awakened. Every day, speak to those dreams. Tell yourself that your best days have yet to come. Everything that you've been through, it's either a blessing or a lesson to make you better for your future. Next, for me, it was just all about learning how love has the power to drive out fear. The only emotion that is older and stronger than fear is love. We have to remain grateful that because of God's love, we have nothing to fear. I don't care what's going on in the world. We have nothing to fear if we're God's children. As the week progressed for me, I know it was all about just fighting with your mind and your mouth, and putting on the full armor of God so that we will be able to stand when the day of evil comes. We'll be able to stand our ground, fight, not let everything rev our engines, rattle us up, send us over the edge, worrying about those things that sometimes we have no control. We have to take control of our thoughts, because when you take control of your thoughts, it causes you to gain control over your life. That's what putting the whole armor of God on is all about, giving those things to Him that you can't control. We have to take on an attitude of gratitude. And the primary reason why we have to take on an attitude of gratitude is because an expression of gratitude makes all of the difference in the world to those that desperately need to know that they count. It does. They need to know that we value them, that their actions, however small, are appreciated. Let people know that you appreciate them. Don't wait until it's too late to try to do so. You want to recognize the people that you're thankful for. You do. And you want to be intentionally grateful for them. because people can be here today and gone tomorrow. Take it a step further by expressing your gratitude because you want it to morph into thankfulness. The more you're thankful, the more God gives you something to be thankful for. Gratitude is also one of the most powerful human emotions that can literally make people live longer, happier lives. Don't you want to live as long as you possibly can? And to know that that can just be, done through being grateful, learning to practice an attitude of gratitude. This week's study continued to, touch on winning the battles that can take place in our mind. Because a lot of times the battles that are taking place, in most battles, that's where they start, in the arena of our mind. Our mind tries to make us think the worst that can possibly happen. We have to ask God to renew our minds daily. I'm not talking about every now and then. We have to ask God to renew our minds daily. We have to ask God to transform our thoughts so that our speech is in alignment with the word and what the word says that we can do and what we can be. This week, I just wanted to close out Faithful Friday, touching on one of the word of the days that I felt very compelled to share, and just how we can learn to operate in authority. Operating in authority helps us to become more powerful. We won't let everything get on our nerves. And so just some tips and tools on how we can do that. We have to learn to be calm, to remain calm. Why? Because we don't want everything to rev up our engine. We don't want everything to stretch us out. I don't like to say stress, but stretching us, have us worrying about things that we shouldn't even be worried about. 2, we got to learn to talk less and listen more. There are so many people out here that are jam-packed with wisdom. If we would just listen to them, if we would take time to just listen to them. I have found as I get older, a lot of times it is the elders. They are full of knowledge. If we would just sit down and take time to listen to them. Another big one is showing respect. If you want respect, you got to give respect. And that's a big one. Sometimes I see transactions and interactions where I'm like, that did not have to go that way. And so somewhere along the line, we got to learn to be more respectful. We have to move in silence. Premature announcements can impede your progress. Listen, announce those cats that have to be out of the bag. If it doesn't need to be out of the bag, it's your business until it needs to become our business. And then just last but not least, learning to manage your time better. Oh my God, that has been something I've been working on for the past 2 years. I'm sure I will continue to work on it for the rest of my life, but learning to manage our time. Time well spent leads to enjoyable moments. It leads to meaningful moments. It leads to productive moments. Managing our time allows us to spend time on the activities that are aligned with our values. It allows us to spend time with the people that we love. I talk about that on The Disconnect. Take time to spend time with those that you love. Memories, because in the end, that's all that you're going to have. It also allows you to adapt to life's unexpected twists. Because guess what? They're going to happen. They're going to happen, and you got to be ready. And sometimes that helps by you being calm, by you learning to listen, by you showing respect. Even the moving in silence, because moving in silence, some things, if you didn't let that cat out of the bag, you wouldn't have a ton of people that keep asking you what happened with that. So not letting things out until they need to be let out or to make others aware of. Listen, y'all, it was a good week. A good week. A really, really good week. Lots going on. But I won't complain. I hope that you all take some time this to disconnect to do something that your future self will thank you for. And that's even if it's just resting your mind, learning how to be intentional in practicing gratitude, or learning how to best operate in authority. Because we want to make sure that we're in control and that we're not letting a lot of things control us. And a lot of times, again, that starts in your mind. You know the drill. Make sure if you're out and about that you let your light shine. Why? Because your transparency is leading to so many others being transformed. This has been your girl 7, and I will see you soon.